Hey guys, hey. Good morning. Sorry for being absent for, oh man, like a week or so. It's been absolutely crazy at the house. I've been playing. I've been on daddy duty the last couple of days. Our sitter had a family member that's really sick, so she so in a blessing in disguise, I was able to spend a couple of days with my son and my daughter. She was off on Monday, no school. And one thing I told this to a friend of mine, and this is something I noticed as well that I did, is that when there be times when kids aren't in school, like, oh man, like this was my mindset, like, oh man, my daughter's not in school and I have to stay home and I won't be able to get any work done. Well, how much time do we spend with our kids? Really, right? Honestly, how much time do we spend with our kids? Very little. And so I realized that instead of looking at it as, man, I got to stay home with the kids and I can't get any work done, I want to look at it as this is an opportunity for me to bond with my kids, which I really don't get a lot of time to do except for the weekends. And so this was it was just an opportunity. It was a blessing in disguise, and I had so much fun just kind of hanging out with the little guy yesterday and my daughter. So that's where I've been, but I'm back. You haven't gotten rid of me yet. I didn't fall off, so don't worry. I'm still going to be coming to you as often as I can. I'm going to try to keep these, each morning if possible. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you today is about fulfillment. Are you being fulfilled in your current activities? Your current work or your career. Are you being fulfilled? Does it make you happy? Do you enjoy going there? Do you enjoy doing it? Making money is good, right? Because money is a tool. We need that. We need money to make a difference in the world. Unfortunately, it allows us to do many more things. So, but it's not everything, right? Because at the end of the day, as a species and as people, it's innate in us to want to be able to help people. Anytime we feel like we're helping somebody, it makes us feel good, right? So just makes us feel good knowing that we're making a difference, or that somebody's going to have a better day, someone's going to be able to move better, someone's going to be healthier at the end of the day, right? And that's what really fulfills us, especially as coaches. That's one of the things that really fulfills us is, yes, we are being paid to provide this service, but at the end of the day, it's both sides are benefiting. So, one of the things that I see a lot on the Book of Faces or the interwebs or whatever it is that you want to call it, and it's kind of doesn't make me mad, and I don't go ranting about it, and I don't feel any need to post about it, but it's just really sad when I see a lot of posts, and this was me. I never really posted about it, but this was my mindset 5-10 years ago. And this is something that I see on Facebook all the time. And you'll see these memes, or you'll see little, I guess they're called GIFs, GIF, GIFs, is like, oh, when my boss says that I can leave early and you see someone running home, or, when oh, it's Friday, or how I feel at the end of the day, or there's just people are demonstrating a lot of disdain for their job and for their work. And I think that's really sad that I see that. And that was me a long time ago when I was running my bread business. And the thing is basically they're just unhappy with what they're doing. They're not being fulfilled by the work that they're doing. They're simply doing it for the paycheck. And don't get me wrong, we all got to make that paycheck, right? There's no such thing as a bad job, right? Even you don't have to be a business owner. There's really no such thing as a bad job, right? Money is money, and we got to get it done, right? So one thing I would like to encourage you guys, and this is something that when I was running my bread business, when I ran my bread business for 12 years, it was great. As far as money, I took that bread business from the age of 21 years old, where it was, I bought the business for $35,000 financed it, and within those 12 years, I tripled the revenue. All on my own, and took it to pretty much a six-figure recurring income for myself. And it's something that I built up all on my own. And I'm not saying that to impress anybody. I want to let you know that even though when I was running my bread business, I never had to worry about money. I was bringing in over six figures every single year, regardless of the economy. When the whole economy crashed and everything, apparently we had an economy crash, right? Like in 2008 with the whole housing market and everything. But yet, Best Buy was still packed every single weekend. The Apple Store was still packed every weekend. All the restaurants were still packed. So in the middle of an economy crisis, people are still out spending money, right? So, and then for my bread business, people had to eat bread. So my business grew even more when the whole economy thing hit. So my wife and I never had to worry about money. I was able to successfully put her through grad school, debt-free. I opened up my business, Hardstyle. I opened it completely debt-free. I didn't take on any debt. That's something that I opened 100% on my own, from scratch, from nothing, debt-free. But here's the thing about my six-figure business that I was running, is it run my life. I didn't run that business, it ran me. And I was pretty much on call 7 days a week, 24/7. If my customers needed more product, I had to be out there to deliver that product. So I was always grumpy. I mean, you can ask my wife. The more time started going on, I just hated going to the warehouse to load up my truck and to head out to run my business. And about halfway in, like I mentioned, one of my first videos of my stories, when halfway into that, I discovered my passion for strength and conditioning and health and wellness and nutrition. I discovered that I really enjoyed these things and that I was really good at them, and that I'm really good at teaching, and I'm really good at taking complex subjects, breaking them down and making them easier to understand. And so I realized that this is something that I wanted to do, and it made me feel good. I was excited about going in and seeing my students and learning more and more about what the body can do and how it works. It just really intrigued me. So so that's when I came across kettlebells, and I was like, man, you know what? No one's doing this. This is something that I really love doing. I really enjoy it. I want to create a movement. I want to do something. I want to create something that can help people improve themselves, getting stronger. Again, just that my whole mission statement is my whole purpose. I've realized my purpose in life, which is what brings that fulfillment. Whenever we're going through our day-to-day, we don't realize what our purpose is, right? So like for me, it was when I realized how powerful kettlebells were, and that kettlebells were more than just swinging kettlebells and doing kettlebell workouts. It's a lifestyle, and it's something that there's never a day when you're going to master kettlebell training. There's never a day when you're going to master Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because it's forever. It's a personal mastery, like for all time. And I think that's what makes it so great compared to just going to a gym and getting on a treadmill and doing tricep and bicep day and doing abs. That's just kind of like you're going through movements, Sure, you probably have a goal, but it's not something like, how many people stick to some kind of bodybuilding type program? Very little. But when people feel like they're learning something, and that it's like their eyes are being opened, that there's so much more to exercise than just going through movements. When I realized this, when I came across the kettlebell in 2006, I was like, man, this is something that I want to teach. This is something that my wife brought to my attention, which, I really don't like, I don't like to take a lot of praise. I really have a hard time accepting, this is something I struggle with. I have a hard time accepting compliments, or people tell me like, oh, your business is so successfdon't or this or that. I don't even know how to respond to that, and it sometimes it comes off rude, as if like I'm not giving like, oh, thank you. Like I don't know. I just don't know how to say thank you. I guess I don't know. Something I got to work on. But this is something that she told me, where she was like, Hector, you have we were talking on the way. I think we were going to an event in San Antonio, and I told her that I was like, I don't feel like hardstyle is where it should be. I think we should be bigger. Why don't people get it, right? Why don't people get it? Why don't we have, like, I see some places and it's like, they're not really changing people, and I feel what we're doing is changing people. Why don't more people get it? And so she was, Hector, do you realize what you've done? She was like, you have created something that didn't exist. Like, how many people can do that? There was no, when you started training with kettlebells and you started learning about kettlebells, there was no such thing as, hey, let me see if I can apply for a job at Hardstyle. Let me see if I can apply for a job at a kettlebell place. She said, you created something that didn't exist. And you're gonna have your rough times, you're gonna have your ups and downs, and we have our struggles just like any other business, any other person. And it can make you doubt yourself. But I was like, man, and the more I started thinking about that, I was like, that's true. I did create something that didn't exist, but now it's fulfilling me. It's making me happier because now I enjoy going in and I'm having more freedom to spend time with my family. But here's the cool thing. Here's what I really like about what we've done in Hardstyle is that, all of my instructors that I currently have, is about 12 of them. They were all my students. I didn't go, and that's something that that's another thing I wanted to create was, I could have easily brought in other personal trainers through Corpus, and that's something that I didn't want to do because sometimes as people we have egos, right? Not sometimes, we do have egos. I have an ego. We all have egos, right? I wanted to make sure that the people that were inside the walls of Hardstyle believed in what we believed in and that they had the same vision that we had. So that's a big reason why I didn't bring in personal trainers from around town, is because we just have two different philosophies in training. That's it. It doesn't mean that one's right over the other. We just have two different philosophies. And I want to make sure that, what better way to build your brand and to build into that movement that we're trying to create than to build it from within. So all of my instructors were once my students, and now they're going on, and many of them have moved on. Now they're going and they're doing their thing, but the great thing is it's continuing to spread what the vision that I had, once I first started learning from Pavel and from RKC, that's now Strong First, is I just saw the bigger picture of that, and that's something that I wanted to share with the world. And so, hey Linda, something I wanted to share with the world, and now I have coaches that were my students, and then they're going to have their own students, and they're going to create their own movement. But it's all going to be our vision and our mindset and our philosophy and training is all going to be the same, right? Whether they move to another country or to another city, the seeds have still been planted. So, this is just, I can just keep going on and on. I don't want to make this all about me. Is my point, guys, is don't complain about your situation. Don't complain. You may have a job or a career that you don't like, okay? Don't complain about it. Create something. We have so much ability to create our own life. It's ridiculous that we don't make those choices. But here's the thing. I think here's a big reason why people don't do it is because it's going to be hard, right? It's going to be hard. And we always want to seek that path of least resistance, right? So if you feel like you're being unfulfilled, don't complain about, thank God it's Friday. Don't complain about, oh, my boss let me leave early and so I'm not running. You see these memes and everything, and I just think it's so sad that people are stuck in that. You know what I mean? And I catch myself in that sometimes too, even now. But figure out, what is it that you like doing? What do you enjoy? I guarantee you guys, I see so much stuff go out on the market. You see all these infomercials and all these commercials, and it's like someone actually made this product of whatever it is, and they're selling it, and people are buying the crap out of it, and they're making millions of dollars. And then we sit there and we judge it, and we make like, oh my gosh, can you believe people are buying this? I do it all the time, right? I do this all the time when I see these like exercise contraptions and these ab exercise machines. And I'm like, man, that's so ridiculous. Like, it's all about kettlebells and learning about strength training. Why are people even buying that? Like, I'm hating on that product, right? I'm hating on that product, but hey, they had an idea. They created it. They took it to the market. 5-minute abs, yeah. 5-minute abs, not even 7-minute abs anymore. But they created that product because they had an idea. They knew what they wanted to do. And guess what? People bought it. And it came out of nowhere. They created something from nothing. So, guys, I encourage you to find something that makes you feel good. Find something that you actually enjoy doing, and create something. Put it out there. We have so many limitless opportunities with like social media, and we can connect with so many people for free. It doesn't cost anything. So an easy way to do something like this is to, like, let's say, create a blog, right? Do Facebook Lives. I mean, hello, I'm on Facebook Live. Create a Facebook Live. Write a blog post. I was talking to one of my instructors, and she's a great friend of mine, and we were talking about this yesterday. I was like, hey, like, why don't you just write a blog? And she's like, well, I don't even know. Well, most of it's I don't even know what I would write about, and I don't want it to feel like egotistical to where I want people to follow me. Well, it's not about trying to get people to follow you. That's just going to naturally happen. And, you know, ultimately, like, with my instructors and with what I'm trying to do with my social media, I'm not trying to create followers. I want to create people that are going to follow my movement, but are going to be leaders. I want to create leaders that are going to go and create their own leaders and create to spread their message. So it's like, you're not going to create followers like you're going to be some, you know, movie star or whatever, you know, people are going to worship you. No, like, you're dealing with something specific. You're dealing with the challenge of unfulfillment. What if you started writing a blog about your training? You know, what's going through your mind, the doubts that you go through, you know, the challenges of being, you know, a busy business owner and a mom, but like, you still get time for training, and how that training has saved you from yourself, have saved you from your own mind, right? And that's why kettlebell training is so unique compared to everything else. Is it's like a martial arts. That's why, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kettlebells, to me, go hand in hand. They are the best. There's nothing can come close, because it's a continued pursuit of personal mastery, which is one of my core values, personal mastery. So anyway, guys, just my encouragement to you for today is be happy that you have the job that you have. There's no such thing as having a bad job. You don't have to be a business owner. If you have a career that you enjoy, and it's a corporate career, but you enjoy the hell out of it, and you look forward to going to work every day, then you've got it. You've got what you wanted. It's making you happy, right? But if it's not, even regardless if you're making a good income, start to figure out, what is it that you like doing? What do you enjoy? And what brings you fulfillment out of that? And then create something. You can create something. Start with the blog. Start writing posts start with once a week, and then eventually move it to twice a week. You know, this is something you got to do all the time. You can't. People think that they can do one blog post. I'm new to blogging. I just started blogging. I've written like my first, I don't know, 4 or 5 blog posts. You can see them on my website, hardstylekettlebell.com. At the top, click on articles, and I have like 3 or 4 articles that I've written. And here's the thing about blogs and social media, if you're trying to build a brand, is people think that they can post something once or twice a month and they're going to create an effect, and that's garbage. You need to be, every single day, you need to be having a video or a blog post once a week, then move it to twice a week, and then a post once a week, then twice a week, and then eventually to where you're doing it every day. You've got to let people know that you're not going away. You're going to have people that are going to be like, geez, Hector, another freaking Facebook Live, and they just ignore it, and that's fine. That's not who I want to be a part of my mission, a part of my vision, right? The biggest reward from kettlebells and jiu-jitsu is not just physical. Absolutely, it's all about mindset, breakthroughs, and facing those fears and those challenges and breaking through them. Absolutely, Linda. So you got to let people know that you're not going away. Find out what it is that you like doing. Find something that brings you fulfillment. Create something, and that's going to give you the fulfillment that you want. That's going to make you, that's what's going to encourage you to get up every single morning, even if it's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever it is. That's going to be your encouragement to get up, to do whatever it is you got to do, because guess what, guys? people are waiting for you. People are waiting for me to change their life. People are waiting. Some people will sit back and wait. They're waiting for that leader to stand up. They're waiting for that one person to stand up, to put their freaking foot in the ground and say, look, this is where I'm going. Who wants to come with me? And you're going to relate to so many people by your message. Doesn't matter. We all have our own message. I'm not going to attract certain people. I'm not going to attract the bodybuilders and people that want to do these type of things. I'm not going to attract that. I'm going to attract a specific people that are, I'm going to attract specific people that like what I like, right? So, busy dads that want to learn how to do kettlebells and that love jujitsu and have a family and are running a business. That's my message. That's who I'm talking to. So that's all I got for you guys today. I can keep going on and on. Yes, the rock versus the river, Linda. That's actually something I'll probably be covering tomorrow. So that's all I got for you guys. Otherwise, I can keep going on and on. I've got a big event, a big BNI event, Visitors Day, coming up here in like the next hour. So rock on, guys. Be the rock, not the river. I'll go into that tomorrow. Take a stand, stand up, find out something that you like, something that gives you fulfillment, and do it. However little energy it takes to get it started, just do it, because there are people that are waiting on you to make that stand. Have a great day, guys. Bye.